I am Marvin McNutt. I am the IJag 11th and 12th grade specialist, as well as the head football coach at Keokuk High School.
So you are new to Keokuk. What made you want to come down to Keokuk?
I, for a while, have wanted to get closer to my family, which they live in St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. And then I also wanted to come down and coach football, so it was a great opportunity for me to kind of become a head coach and put my name out there and get an opportunity to kind of lead young men.
And were you always into football, or?
I grew up playing baseball and basketball my whole life. I had a friend, Fred, that kind of used to want me to play football during the summer of my freshman year. He ended up passing, and he was a big reason why I continued playing and started, really. And then I had some coaches that came at PE class that was like, hey, you're throwing the ball pretty far. Why aren't you playing football? And I was like, well, I don't know. Always kind of being a little afraid, really. And they were like, no, you're playing next year. So we started.
So you got voluntold that you were going to play?
Basically.
And
yeah.
That worked.
Yeah, the varsity coach, when the varsity football coach at my school comes and tells you he wants you to play football, you normally do.
So you played football all the way up to the NFL?
Yes.
What teams did you play on?
I played for the Philadelphia Eagles, Miami Dolphins, Carolina Panthers, and the Washington, what used to be the Redskins, now Commanders.
So you moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For me, it's part of the profession. You're going to be moving around, so you have a kind of home base, which was Charlotte, and then I moved to Miami, Washington, etc.
I gotcha. So where did you go to school?
I went to the University of Iowa.
Okay. I see the Iowa shirt, so
yes,
that makes sense.
Yes. Coached under Coach Ferentz still, 2007 through 11, and graduated with a bachelor's in business and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Did you have any hesitation when you decided to become a coach?
Yes, but no. So not as Coach Pierre, I have had a hesitation prior to, because I love training kids, but coaching is a little different than training, where you don't just get them for an hour, you have to encompass the whole effort of what they embody as a person, football player, etc. So I think deep down I kind of knew that I would be doing this path at some point, just didn't know when.
You do IJag as well as coach football.
Yes.
How do you get into IJag?
So when my football job became available, there was also a position for IJag available. And being that you don't have to have the standard teacher's license, you go through training with IJag. You can become an education specialist and get an authorization.
Well, what does IJag stand for? Because
Iowa Jobs for American Graduates.
Okay, so it's for high school kids?
It's for I mean, we have some classes as young as, I believe, 5th grade, but normally they start at middle school, 7th and 8th. We have a program for 7th and 8th through 11 and 12 now that I'm the 11th and 12th grade teacher. Mostly, you'll see a lot of 9, 10, 11, 12, because they are really trying to push for work-based learning and really pushing that in the classroom. So we have a three tiers: employer engagement, project-based learning, and then trauma-informed care. So by us diving in a little deeper with each kid, we understand kind of the home life, what struggles they deal with, what lifestyle challenges they may have, who they're living with, so we can kind of better put together a game plan for how to best help them for their future and follow-up. So I'll be doing follow-up for 11th and 12th grade, even the year after they graduate.
What activities does IJag do?
We will, go on a number of field trips, and it changes based on the type of kids that are going to be in my class, right? So in Keokuk, we probably have a little bit more manufacturing, trade school kids. So tailoring the class so that they can see what those skills or jobs will require of them, and what certifications, what type of training they could do, try to get them some apprenticeships or internship programs, but then also just really helping them and teach them about the life skills they'll need to have, like leadership, financial stability, budgeting, and like how to build a resume. What is that supposed to look like? So things like that.
So you have 11, 12. There's 9, 10 as well.
Yes.
Could you tell me about 9-10? Like,
Yeah,
who's teaching that?
So the 9-10 program and 11-12, so they're very similar. We'll be teaching a lot of the same programs. Miss Stevens, she'll be taking the 9th and 10th grade, where it'd be more introductory. What we have tiers that we move our employers through, right? As far as like what their engagement with the class will be, and 11th and 12th will be a little bit more focused on the actual process of what they need, whereas 9-10 is a little bit more introductory to what they'll be learning.
How does someone join IJag?
First, you interview with me, and you ask. So if you have an interest, and vice versa, if I see you and I ask you, like I did you, Faith, you know, there's interest in like what things they're doing in life. How can we help? Have conversation, then we try to have interviews so that we can find out a want, need, benefit, to make sure that we both are wanting the same things out of our class and pushing to a same goal.
So when a kid graduates high school, do they put just IJag on their resume? Like, how would they go about saying that they went through this program?
Yes, so there would be like you can put IJag on your resume. By the end of the summer, I should have my WBL license from UNI, which will allow for my students to also get a college credit, so that when they take my course and when they are, they already have that credit when they're in like some of their college courses, but then on top of it, I'll be doing follow-up monthly with the kids so that we know where they're at, whether or not they're in second or a 4-year or 2-year degree school, or whether or not they have a job, and what that looks like and what their plans are. We want to make sure that, again, we're setting them up for success. It's not just, oh, you have a job, you're done, you're good, right? We want to make sure they continue following. And for my guys, I mean, it'll be a lifelong thing. You got my number, they'll have my number, they'll be able to communicate. Just because, you know, 1 year after college does not mean that you won't still need advice and help.